Most people assume that laying playground surfacing is a straightforward job. Find a contractor, get a price, sign a contract. But choosing the wrong contractor for a playground surface is not just a budget problem. In the worst cases, it is a safeguarding failure. And for the people responsible for signing off that decision, the consequences are real. Here is what the problem actually looks like. A general builder or landscaper may be perfectly competent at what they do, but playground surfacing is a regulated safety discipline. It involves understanding critical fall heights, complying with EN 1177, the British and European standard for impact attenuating playground surfaces, and selecting the right surface type based on the specific equipment being installed. Get that wrong, and you have a surface that looks fine on day one and fails a safety inspection 6 months later. Or worse, it fails when a child falls from a piece of climbing equipment. The EN 1177 standard exists precisely because not all surfaces absorb impact equally. A surface suitable beneath a 1-meter swing frame is not automatically suitable beneath a 3-meter climbing structure. The critical fall height of the equipment has to be matched against the Gmax and HIC values of the surface material. These are not details a general contractor is trained to evaluate. They require specialist knowledge. And this is before you even consider post-installation protocols. A playground surface needs to be maintained, inspected, and in some cases, retested over time. Without a specialist overseeing that life cycle, the surface degrades without anyone realizing it no longer meets the original safety specification. So, who is actually facing this problem? Think about a head teacher who has just received a grant to replace the primary school's playground surface. They need to select a contractor, report back to governors, and demonstrate due diligence. Or a procurement officer at a local authority responsible for a park's refurbishment across multiple sites. They are comparing 4 or 5 quotes from contractors who all claim to offer playground surfacing. How do they tell the difference between a genuine playground surfacing specialist and a landscaper who occasionally lays rubber? Or consider a facilities manager at a leisure centre planning a new multi-use games area. They need wet pour surfacing around the perimeter and potentially 3G pitch construction across the playing surface. These are distinct technical disciplines. Combining them on one site requires a contractor who understands both, not someone learning on the job. These are exactly the kinds of people who need more than a competitive quote. They need a contractor they can defend in front of a committee. What specifically triggers the need for a playground surfacing specialist? 4 scenarios come up repeatedly. First, new equipment installation. When new play equipment is specified, the surfacing beneath it must be calculated against the manufacturer's stated critical fall height. That calculation has to come from someone with EN 1177 knowledge. Second, surface replacement or repair. Existing wet pour surfacing degrades over time. Repairs done incorrectly using mismatched materials can create inconsistencies in the surface that affect its impact performance. Third, compliance audits. Local authorities and school trusts are increasingly subject to formal playground safety inspections. A surface that was installed without proper specification often fails these audits. Fourth, new facility construction. A new school, a new leisure centre, a new housing development with a play area. Each of these requires wet pour installation or specialist sports surface work delivered against a clear safety brief from the outset. This is where soft surfaces becomes the relevant conversation. Soft surfaces has been operating as a specialist surfacing contractor since 1997. That is more than 2 decades working specifically in the sport and play industry. Not construction generally, not landscaping, specifically surfaces for playgrounds and sports facilities. What does that mean in practice? Soft Surfaces employs installers who understand EN 1177 compliance, who can advise on surface specification relative to equipment heights, and who bring that knowledge to a free site visit before any contract is signed. That site visit is not a sales call, it is a technical assessment. The team from Soft Surfaces evaluates the site, understands the equipment specification, and recommends the appropriate surface type, whether that is wet pour surfacing, rubber mulch, artificial grass, or a specialist sports surface for 3G pitch construction. Soft Surfaces has been voted the best surfacing company specialising in wet pour surfacing and sports pitches, and provides a guaranteed best price. That combination is verifiable. A generalist builder cannot offer the same depth of specialism alongside that pricing commitment. Soft Surfaces covers a wide geography from London and the West Midlands through to Yorkshire, Lancashire, the Southwest and beyond, meaning procurement decisions do not have to compromise on specialist capability due to location. For the head teacher justifying a supplier to governors or the procurement officer writing a recommendation report, Soft Surfaces provides exactly what that process requires. A documented track record since 1997. Specialist knowledge of wet pour installation and playground safety compliance. A free site visit, a best price guarantee. And expert installers who know what EN 1177 actually means in the ground. That is what changes when you appoint a specialist instead of a generalist. The surface performs as specified. The safety documentation holds up. And the person who recommended the contractor can stand behind that recommendation with confidence. Find out what Soft Surfaces can do for your next project at do.softsurfaces.co.uk or call the team directly on 01625 445 760.